I recently attempted to drive 3,000 miles across Europe in my Lamborghini Revuelto on the Gumball 3000 rally, but along the way, this happened.
Oh my god, that's been coming out all over.
Oh my god. A major engine oil leak that could have had huge financial consequences. Just how huge am I talking here? Well, a new Revuelto engine is estimated to be over 100 grand before installation. What made matters worse is I broke down here, just across the Serbian border, and the nearest Lamborghini dealership was over 500 miles away in Austria.
So yeah, I was in a pretty sticky situation, but luckily Rimac came to my rescue and worked overnight to fix the car, going so far as to fabricate a custom part in the early hours of the morning just so I could carry on the adventure of Gumball in the Revuelto.
Now I'm back in the UK, but I received this message from Lamborghini. Now, this was music to my ears as we needed to get this oil line inspected and check for any updates. The Revuelto is a constantly evolving machine, and at the end of today, we're gonna have all the latest software and all the latest bits to make this thing spot on. On top of that, this car has been on a hell of a journey on one of the most chaotic rallies in the world. So upgrading my car with the latest parts and even software after such a big trip is an awesome feeling before the next adventure. So the reason I want to know if my car is 100% okay is because Lamborghini have invited me to somewhere incredibly special, which, if the car is okay, we'll be heading directly to this special location. So, without further ado, let's get this thing in the workshop and find out what Lamborghini have to say about the state of my Revuelto. All right, this is pretty cool. We're going into what I can only describe as this sort of initiation that is an automated scan of the car as it arrives into this sort of service bay. So as it's going through right here, you can see these lights have just come on and there's an array of cameras. One is automatic number plate recognition. It logs the car, sends it to the desk so that the team know the car has arrived. Those cameras have scanned it instantly to check if there's any defects with the cars, scratches to the bodywork, etc. And then this section here, as he's just rolled over there, these panels in the floor, which are illuminated, have just taken a tread depth of all 4 tires and simultaneously given a top-line alignment check to see if anything is untoward with the geometry or alignment of the car. In what, 30 seconds? It's bonkers.
This is Daniel Zanzo, head of after sales for Lamborghini Europe, Middle East and Asia, showing me around the UK's largest Lamborghini dealership in Hatfield, explaining the processes about to happen to my car.
Now the challenge is this special place that Lamborghini have invited me to is 900 miles away. And if this car isn't running 100%, well, let's just say we don't necessarily want a repeat of last time, especially with where I'm taking it along the way. Now the main reason it's in is for something that's behind there. Now it's quite a big job. They're going to take out the wheel, take out the wheel arch liner, which is also being swapped as part of this update because it got some oil on it. Rather than cleaning it, Lamborghini very kindly said they're going to swap it out. And then behind there sits the oil line and then the oil cooling radiator itself, which Lamborghini are going to remove and replace, and they're going to send it back to the factory. And then while it's here, it's also been identified from them plugging it into a laptop that it's due a pretty substantial software update, which is quite exciting. When I say substantial, it's a 4-hour software update. So this actually gets dialed into from Lamborghini factory HQ, communicates with this car, checks for any updates, and then supplies it with the latest greatest, effectively taking the software from 2024 year, which this car is, to 2025 year. Very cool indeed. And then as you've seen from the bay when we drove in to check it over, there's also a report on the alignment and tire tread depths. The alignment might need some slight adjustment, so they're also going to be doing that while it's in as well. So without further ado, it's now going to be here for a few days because this is quite a big process. And then when we pick it up, it'll be fascinating to see what this software update does, because I've been told something that it actually does something to do with the mechanical hardware that interacts with the software, which we shall check when we do the first drive with it afterwards.
We left the Revuelto here for a few days so the team could complete the necessary maintenance, replacing the oil line, carrying out software updates, and giving the car a full check over. Now, it's time to see the results.
All right, a few days later, we're finally back. The report is in. Some interesting updates, which we'll go into shortly. But the main thing is, see those green stripes? Everything's good to go. We've had the oil line upgraded. We've even had the radiator for the oil cooler swapped and upgraded, and some other interesting details which we shall go through shortly. But the main thing is, we've got all these ticks here. Everything's green, software updated. It's good to go.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Many thanks.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So we've got the all clear that the car is okay. And now you're probably wondering where it is we're heading now we've had the green light from Lamborghini. So let me show you.
So, the final destination is the actual Lamborghini factory in Italy where the Revuelto was born, to show you guys something incredibly special. However, before we get there, we've got a couple of special stops to make, and one of them, for me, is arguably the most important addition that you can do to a Lamborghini to unlock that theatrical V12. And I'm sure you all know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going somewhere now to fit something special, to find out what a 9,500 RPM naturally aspirated Lamborghini engine is all about.
We've come to RE Performance. There are few teams in the country that know Lamborghinis as well as these guys, and today they're going to install something game-changing.
Thanks very much for fitting us in. We haven't told the audience yet what we're going to do. It's clearly obvious, but the idea today is that we think we're going to transform this thing. Right?
Yeah. Nothing like a straight pipe V12.
That's it, man. So Austin from Boston is the founder of Valvetronic.
Okay.
And we were speaking to various different exhaust providers, and I particularly like supporting friends.
Yeah.
And Austin was like, if you want to do it, let's do it. So I was like, perfect. And it got here quickly.
Right, okay.
So here we are. The other thing that tipped me over the edge to choose this was Matt Armstrong had the same exhaust.
Yeah.
And we went on a road trip and I heard it and I was like, that is unbelievable.
What the is that?
But you're gonna have to wait to hear just how incredible this sounds after Ricky has fitted the exhaust to the car. However, this wasn't gonna be as straightforward as we first thought.
We've got a drive system fault.
This is the Valvetronic Lamborghini Revuelto F1 package. Designed in the USA, it's a beautifully engineered cross-pipe design with sports caps and an amazing 39 kilogram weight saving over the stock exhaust system. And in this video, we're going to take this newly installed exhaust all the way to Italy to hear what it sounds like.
That is super cool. Almost a shame to hide it away, isn't it? It's like, yeah. Right, so in order to get some bolts out, we need to articulate that rear wing. We're going to see if we can make it happen. Revuelto Touring.
Yeah.
I really do love this car, but the only thing I think that's missing is the true V12 howl of the engine. As you probably know, Lamborghini makes some of the best sounding cars in the world, and I wanted to unlock that childhood dream sound on my own car. I just hope I don't regret it.
What we got?
Everything's loose. It's literally these two bolts now that hold the bumper on, and the bumper can come off. Just trying to
Major bolts.
Major
So
bolts.
this whole rear diffuser is about to come off.
RE Performance are making this look easy, but the Revuelto is such a complex machine that the process of installation takes hours.
What we're doing now is we're getting these rear heat shield sections off so we can access the V-band clamps. We can pop the V-band clamps off and then we can then pull the rear silencer out. That's the plan.
Right, so, funnily enough, the last time I did this in a workshop, and Yorkie laughs at me why I carry this stuff around with me, but we end up at workshops at like 4 in the morning and you can't get much food. I originally started using Solo for track days because paddock food kind of sucks. And then I began using it everywhere because I could just crack open a properly good meal.
The 216s out the bottom of the back box, and then we'll try pull the back box out, and then that'll open up the whole rear end. We'll be able to start to see a lot more then. Yeah.
The team finally managed to remove the stock exhaust. Seeing it off the car shows you just how massive the factory exhaust system really is.
So we've got the V-bands off of the manifolds. which go onto the CAT OPF system. So the next piece is this to come out, and then we can start putting the new bits on.
Shiny bits go on now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
However, on modern cars like the Revuelto, just fitting an exhaust isn't enough. You also need to talk to the car's computer to allow it to accept the new exhaust, starting with this.
Right, look what's arrived. So without this, I'm not driving this car home. So massive shout out to Ethan at Stealth Movements for arranging this. This is the OBD killer, which needs to go into the OBD port to clear any potential error codes that come up as a result of having this aftermarket exhaust on it. If you watch the video that we did with Matt Armstrong when we did the road trip down to Italy, we delivered this to him in the GT3 because he had some optimization issues. So without this, I didn't want to drive it home. Ethan managed to get it from 5-hour round trip he's just saved me to get this. So Stealth Movements, link in description, check him out, absolute lifesaver. And this is going to plug in here and make all of this work.
But what I didn't know at this stage was the OBD blocker was just one of the components I would need to make this system work.
In here is so tight.
Yeah.
It's not the system per se, it's just in there is so tight that for you guys to be
Yeah, there's
accessing
no
around
room
it,
to work
there's just
on.
no room.
Yeah, and yeah, the final bits to go on really.
It's a shame to hide it away, it looks so
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it'd be nice to leave it exposed, but yeah, that's gonna get hot. I don't think your bumper would like it too much.
Not so much.
The OBD plug talks to the brain of the car, helping it to accept the new exhaust system. However, as you'll see, it's not as simple as that, as there is an additional electrical component we need to use to ensure the exhaust works with the car.
Seamless transition. It's been about 48 hours since we were last here, and a trip to Birmingham to buy these things from a wonderful guy called Adam. Thanks, Adam.
So basically, on the old exhaust was your valves. The new one doesn't have that. So yeah, we plug these into there to trick the brain as such.
And this is the final piece of the puzzle.
Final piece of the puzzle, then we can start it up and off we go.
Cold start.
Yeah.
All right, man, put them in.
So after everything going so well with the fitment, this was the final piece of the puzzle to make the Revuelto sing. But the challenge was only beginning.
It hit me! Okay, so it's actually not too bad when it settles off. We've got to wait for that red line to build. That's where the electronic red line is right now. So as it warms up, it'll come all the way to 9.5 actually on this, which is wild. And then we'll be able to give it some blips.
But with the car now warm and the OBD Ghost installed, the revs still wouldn't show.
Right, so we've turned the car on to build up temperature, but because it's not recognized this new pipe yet, it's putting itself into like a safe mode, effectively, which caps the RPMs at 4,000. So we're now going to put in the OBD Ghost. That should make everything all right. We're about to find out. Engine lights out. Yeah. There you go. There you go. It's doing something. Damon was saying with his, and I don't know if it's the same OBD, but he had to drive it first.
Okay.
In limp mode. Bring it back, plug it in.
At this point, it became clear something wasn't right, so we called Matt Armstrong, who had experience with the same installation.
It's on, but I'm trying to figure out this OBD blocker. So I have to take it for a drive first and then stick it in.
I can't remember, but I had to plug it in when the light come on, and then it never come on again.
Okay, what's happening here is the RPMs are jumping between 4 and 7. So it's trying to do something. Got drive system fault here, and it's jumping between this, look.
What the hell is going on with that?
With even Matt unsure of what was happening, the whole situation turned tense fast. But where did we go wrong? Was it the valve delete modules, the OBD killer, or something else entirely?
Just turn it all off, lock the doors, and just leave it for like 30 seconds.
Right, it's still doing this jump between 4 and 7 and drive system fault.
What the hell?
I know, it's a strange one, isn't it, that?
We hooked up the Revuelto to diagnostics, hoping to pinpoint the issue, but everything pointed towards a problem with the valve delete modules. So we took it out for a short drive around the block to see if anything would change.
With the blockers it was flashing, but we've not driven it with the blockers on the road yet. So
That's
might be a case of just trying a few different things.
So we kept trying, reinstalling the valve modules, swapping back the original modules, and even installing the OBD blocker at different stages of ignition, all with no luck. This has been such a big job, you can't help but start to worry about the consequences of it not working. Seemingly, the valve modules I sourced are not compatible with this car, so I gave Matt a call to find out more about the valves he used on his Revuelto, and as it turns out, he had the exact modules I needed in his workshop. These are the ones we are currently struggling with, and these are the ones we need to make this system work. Until then, the car is stuck at 4,000 RPM while driving, but it does rev.
Let's get these mods in and get it sorted. With a bit of fire. Do it again! On that note, massive shout out, huge thank you, Ricky, RE Performance, the whole team pulled it out of the bag. It was challenging. These guys pulled some overnighters.
Yeah, we got it.
Absolutely nailed it. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Really, it's like there was moments where I thought this is a challenge, but you guys nailed it, man.
So after getting a tease of how the car sounded, we were more determined than ever to get Matt's upgraded blockers installed and hopefully find out if that was the fix. So we're heading to Matt's shop, determined to get this sorted once and for all.
So with the
Oh, they're the old valves, you've left them plugged in.
the old ones, because with these it's even
Oh,
worse.
yeah.
When we put the OBD in,
Yeah.
it's worse. Like it drives now, but it's just cuts out at 4.
Okay.
But with the OBD in, it's flashing and it keeps doing that RPM jump from 4 to 7, from 4 to 7.
These are the ones that I had.
Okay, that's a slightly more substantial one.
Yeah. First step, let's see what it does with them. Normally you have to turn the car off, on, spin round 3 times.
Oh yeah.
I'm genuinely relieved we were here with Matt. He's dealt with this exact challenge before. When a car this expensive starts throwing errors, it's not just frustrating, it's actually pretty worrying. It felt like we were running out of options earlier, like every path was leading to another dead end. And then, out of nowhere, the breakthrough appeared.
Right. Okay.
Right, now I need to remember what it was, because I remember when I put mine in there was a certain way to do it in. Important, at first time installation, the expected fault codes must be active and the engine indicator light must be on. The device starts within 60 seconds from engine start or after drive away. Engine off. Ignition on. Now we plug it in, and then apparently we should have some lights appear on this. I'm just trying to think like this car. This is how you had to do this car.
Matt the Revuelto Whisperer.
Everything you do is like, whatever you think you should do the opposite. Right, wrong. Okay, no engine lights coming on. Or it might just go off when you're driving, I don't know. It depends on what this OBD killer wants to do. Send it.
Start it.
Start it. Okay, still on. Now it's off.
Gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Revuelto mechanic.
It is.
Once again, Matt came through and saved the day. And as the car was finally ready, I couldn't wait to experience the incredible sound of this Lamborghini V12 Symphony.
No problem. Bill's in the post. Let him rev it, thank God.
With the Revuelto now running perfectly, it was time to hit the road toward Italy. And what we have waiting for us there is something truly awesome and brings back special memories. Before arriving, we hit every driver's dream, mountain roads and passes at the foot of the Alps.
What?
I'm kind of emotional about it. I'm actually emotional about it. It's like, it's a bit too good. Oh my God. I can't believe that. I've actually got adrenaline in my fingers. Like, it's insane. It's like being in the Monaco F1 tunnel during the golden age of F1. Every time you go in a tunnel. Just listen to the howl of that engine. The Valvetronic system is insane. I actually can't get over just how special it makes the car feel. This is childhood dream stuff. This feels like a new car. It feels like I'm doing the first drive all over again, because the characteristics of it, with the standard exhaust, it sounds good, but it doesn't sound like this. But the trick, and it's not only with this car, it's with exhaust that I've experienced in the past. The biggest trick is you can sound like Senna on a qualifying lap going road legal speeds. And that is the most magical thing, particularly in this day and age. Buying a V12 and having the operating window of performance and therefore sound being so high, it's very rare that you can unlock the theatrical connection that you paid for. That's why you bought a V12 in the first place. At road legal speeds, that experience is very hard to unlock. But all of a sudden, with this, you don't need to be driving like Senna on a quali lap. You can just unlock its majestic soundtrack. Now, we are behind a very slow moving bunch of traffic. We're doing 36 miles an hour. Do you know how magic that is to be able to sound like that at that speed? We have a tunnel, and then all of a sudden the child in us appears. So as you can probably tell, I'm already totally in love with the new exhaust. However, before we head over to Lamborghini, it's time to explore the town using a feature that makes this car and even the exhaust so usable. Now, there are times and places for beautiful exhaust tones, and while the petrol heads amongst us in the chat group watching this video, we all generally celebrate that tone, not everyone does. And so to be able to swan through here without being that obnoxious guy with the loud Lambo is actually a beautiful trick. Now, hybrids, I think we're sort of getting away with the fact that in a road car application, going all the way back to LaFerrari 918 and McLaren P1, that seemed to be a pretty good formula where the hybrid contributes to the performance of the overall platform. In this, there's been so much learning since that generation of car that this contributes to the low-down torque immensely. So even when the exhaust is on, you don't even have to get the RPMs up when you're on a normal driving road at normal driving speed, because there's this flatbed of granite thickness of torque that is underpinning your right foot, which means you can rely and waft along without building those RPMs, making yourself quite loud. Right, we're just 7 minutes away from the Lamborghini factory. Now, why this is a bit of a pinch myself moment is the last time I was here was 2018, and Lamborghini very kindly lent me an Aventador S for a bit of a road trip around the region. Weirdly, I ended up in Venice, which is the least conducive city to drive a car. Anyway, seemingly at that time, I had no real idea that I would ever be a Lamborghini owner, and that for dead certain would I ever be driving a Revuelto back to the factory where it was born after an incredible rock and roll ride over the last few weeks, and park it where I once picked up an Aventador S all the way back in 2018. So this is going to be a really special day.
This is super cool. So 2018, October was exactly where I picked up the Aventador S from. And now to come back here and recreate this scene with my own car is wild. So special thank you to Lamborghini for allowing us to park it here. It might not seem like a big deal. This is like sacred ground. And they normally only do like special cars, press cars at events here. So it's super cool. But right here is the museum, and the old building is over there where they always built the first car from day one. And then this is the reception side here. Gotta recreate the shot now. It's very simple, but I just need it.
Welcome to the Lamborghini factory, one of the last places on Earth where purebred V12s are still born. A place built on precision, discipline, but importantly, passion. And today, we're going to take you behind the scenes to see where and how my Revuelto was born just over a year ago. We've seen other factory tours before, but accessing Lamborghini to film behind their doors is incredibly rare access. There is often prototypes and proprietary technology on show, but today we've been granted special access to show you where the Revuelto was born.
Oh, wow. It is the scale of this place. Because I was last here in 2018.
Yeah.
Has it expanded?
Yeah,
this area?
Consider that we can change something during the years, you know, depending by the production.
Yeah.
So in this moment, for the first time, we are assembling two super sport cars at the same time. So Revuelto, that we launched in 2023 in order to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the factory, and Temerario that we launched in 2024.
So is this the original factory floor?
Yeah. You know, Ferruccio Lamborghini established this factory, this first super sport cars assembly line in 1963.
From day one, every car has been made here?
Every Lamborghini super sport cars, yeah. 350 GT, the iconic Miura, that is considered the first super sport car of the world.
Murcielago here.
Murcielago.
Wow.
The iconic Countach, the first with the Lambo style, with the scissor doors.
So this is the engine assembly here?
Yeah. So the engineers...
I didn't know you engineered and built the engines on site.
Yeah, so consider that the engineers in Lamborghini designed all the components and the connections, and we assemble all the components here. So for Revuelto, we have a V12 engine, you know, for Temerario a V8 B-turbo engine.
Does it go on a dyno first? Like a bench tested, as it were? Okay. And then every car that gets built and is completed, does it have a small drive around the area?
A small line inside, but normally they drive in the surrounding area, so in Santa Gata Bologna.
Sure, and that's every car. It goes out and a small drive.
Yeah, every car.
That's awesome. Everyone, just to make sure it's all okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So Temerario and Revuelto don't have separate lines. They're built on the same line.
No, in the same line.
That's really interesting. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. So this is the window guy. So it obviously knows exactly where all the parts are because they're in a fixed jig, and it'll do the side glass, the rear between the bulkhead
and the windscreen.
And the windscreen as well. All from this one robot.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That is so satisfying. Look at that.
This sealant robot is mesmerizing. The moment a new piece of glass is loaded, it automatically wipes its own nozzle, giving it a freshly clean tip for every installation. The way it applies it is perfect, and just to watch it unfold is weirdly addictive. But importantly, all of this ensures a perfect, consistent seal each and every time.
It's amazing seeing it exposed like that. It is really substantial, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the transmission this time is assembled in rear transverse position because we needed more space in the central tunnel for the battery. But normally for Aventador, Huracan, Diablo or Gallardo, we have the transmission in the central tunnel.
I mean, that is a proper big boy V12, isn't it? That is really substantial. Yeah. What a thing. You know, when Lamborghini says the Revuelto is made from carbon fiber, They're not joking. Like this whole thing. And I believe Lamborghini have the patent on the forged carbon, which is this very unique carbon fiber effect that you see through here. And it's an amazing blend of more conventional woven carbon fiber and forged. Basically, most of this car's body. Wow, even the front crash structure is carbon.
Yeah.
That's
Forged
interesting.
composite. So this is the first time that we use forged composite for structural components, and the first time that we have the entire monofuselage in carbon fiber.
I'm not sure what color that green is, but it looks pretty awesome. One of the really inspiring things is seeing all the different configurations and specs of cars. Kind of gets you thinking, doesn't it? This is starting to make my interior feel really boring.
Yeah.
That's good. You can kind of think of anything, right? Like you can customize it and just go wild.
Yeah, you can choose the stitch thing inside, colors for brake caliper, safety belts, so exterior, interior.
It's funny how deep the dash is.
Yeah.
Wow.
So components in carbon fiber.
Yeah. So this scanning system helps detect any imperfections in the material.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing watching it. I mean, it really is made by hand. Really made by hand, right?
Yeah.
Incredible. That's a very skilled job to apply that with like no creases, perfect fits. Amazing.
Watching the precision and craftsmanship of Lamborghini up close is eye-opening. Every tiny detail is engineered with intention. It really makes you appreciate just how much engineering sophistication goes into making a car like this.
It's so cool seeing Temerario coming through, you know?
Yeah.
Brilliant. I've still not driven one. I need to ask someone nicely to see if we can drive one. Wow, look at this. So once upon a time, my car would have started its engine for the first time there.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
What started as a rocky ride on the Serbian border became a transformative journey that has made me fall in love with the Revuelto even more than I expected. From the amazing adventures it has facilitated, Lamborghini's exceptional support along the way, the spine-tingling exhaust note, and the sophistication of E-mode, Revuelto is truly one of the most complete supercars ever made. So if there was ever a time to subscribe, it's now. The journey with Lamborghini is just beginning.